like to sit up on the block because to get the knees already below the hips or in line with the hips, or you could sit up on a blanket or a bolster or something too, but it just helps to sit up taller. It gives you a little more space. So sitting up tall, just turn inward. You can look down or close your eyes. If you're looking down, just let your eyes unfocus. Turning inward to your breath. Just notice how your breath moves your body. Your body will respond to the breath as the lungs fill. It's not just your lungs that are filling up though. Feel where else you feel filled up. Maybe your back or your belly. And then create more space with your inhale. Really press back on your back, kind of feel how it fills up in your kidney area, in your rib area. Let the whole ribs press against your shirt, expanding on the inhale and releasing on the exhale. Let your shoulders drop away from your ears. Notice if you're holding any tension in your jaw, let that go. Your temples and your eyes, let that go. And just feeling your body's response to the breath, and keep that awareness throughout the whole class. Just noticing that life force that is always moving within you. On your next inhale, sit up a little taller. Stay lifted and tall even as you exhale. And then turn the corners of your mouth up just slightly. Let your eyes smile, let your mouth smile. And bring something to mind that you're grateful for. On your next inhale, slowly open your eyes if they're closed, or just look up. Bring your arms out to the sides, inhaling, lifting up. Look up toward your thumbs. Palms come together just for a moment. Pause up there. And then exhale, arms come down. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhale, arms out to the side. Big breath in, look up. Exhale, down. 1 more. And down. Just stretching out your neck slightly by looking up. Now arms go forward, shoulder width apart, just a different range of motion. And once your arms get up here, press your thumbs up toward the ceiling, like straight forward toward the ceiling and down. It's like up, down, yes. And then straight down to the front. 2 more times. Inhale, straight up. Exhale, down. 1 more. Thumbprint up. And then down. Good. Hands come to your knees. Roll your shoulders back a few times. And then forward. And then side stretch. Left hand goes down to the floor. Right arm goes up. Check the bottom shoulder. Roll it back. Lean over, making some nice space. Your opposite hip can press gently away from your arm. And then switch sides. Hold and breathe. Again, feeling how your body's responding to your breath, really filling up all the way around your torso. 1 more time each side. Lean over. This time, look down toward your bottom hand. Feel that nice stretch in your neck and wherever else you might feel a sensation. Just nice, gentle. And then keep your arm, but lean back and look up. Take a breath. Lift up with your arm, and torso. And then release. Other side, lean over. So we hold it for a moment and then look down. Gently moving your neck. And then lean back a little bit, look up toward your top hand. Inhale, stretch your arm up to release. And then exhale, sit tall. Squeeze your shoulders up really tight by your ears. This is where we don't want to keep them. And then exhale down. A couple more times. Inhale up. Exhale down. One more. And down. Arms out to the sides again. Big breath in. Exhale, forward fold. If for this posture you want to come off of your block, I usually prefer it that way. It's up to you though. If it feels better on the block, just stay up. And then once you're folded forward over your crossed legs, just notice where you feel it. Perhaps the middle of your back or your low back or your hip. Wherever it is you feel it, just take note of it. Find your breath again. Really fill up all the way around your ribs, all the way around your low belly and low back. And then walk your hands back. And then we're going to switch the cross of the legs. So then the other leg goes front. Stretch your arms up, fold, breath in. Exhale, fold. And again, just notice. The leg that's in front, you should feel a stretch on the side of the hip. If you are tight there, whichever leg is in front will stretch the most. So if you're sitting in cross-legged positions often, I would switch it up a little bit. Find your breath again, let it out, and then on your next inhale, lift up, stretch your arms up again, big breath in, exhale, arms to heart center or down by your sides. And then stretch your legs out in front of you. And first we'll just pump the feet. So flex and point, a few times. And then do some circles. Just warming up your legs. Maybe give them a little pat. And then we'll come up to hands and knees. On hands and knees, we'll do a little spinal balancing first. So draw your low belly up toward your spine, just pull up, and then your left toes can be tucked under or flat. Just make sure the foot stays nice and grounded and supportive, and then the right leg goes up. Toes point down. Keep lifting up through your middle, and perhaps you could lift your left arm forward. If that's too much, then you just bring your hand back down. Breathe. Fill up your back body with your breath just as much as your front body. And then we'll switch sides. Notice if you feel any different on that side and then switch it out. Left leg back, right arm forward. Neck is neutral. No stress there. Maybe even just check in by shaking your head right and left. Keep pulling up through your middle. Find your breath again, fill your butt torso up the whole direction, front to back and side to side. And then switch. One more time. Right leg back, left arm forward. Pull up through your middle. You can come out at any time or hold it. 3, 2, 1. Release and switch sides. Left leg back, right arm forward. Pull up through your middle. 3, 2, 1, and release. Bump your hips right and left a little bit. And then we'll start to make some big circles. So just round and round with your body. And see if you can get both hips and both shoulders. Left hip, right shoulder, left shoulder, kind of hitting all 4 corners of your mat. And then reverse your direction. And then come back to neutral, hands and knees. Right leg will go straight back again, but this time the foot tucks under and you'll stretch it out. So just press back through the back heel, getting a nice back of the leg stretch. And then cross your leg behind you to the left side of your mat and then look back to the left. See if you can see your foot back there. You might feel a nice stretch on the side of your left hip, or wherever you feel it, just take notice. Find your breath again, fill up, and then exhale, switch sides. And left leg back, tuck under, press. And then cross behind you to the right side of your mat, and then look back to the right. Feel that nice side body stretch, or wherever else you feel it. I can feel it on my hip, my middle, and my neck. And then back to hands and knees. We're going to come onto our abdomens now. So just come down onto the front side of your body. And then start to wiggle your hips right and left. You can prop yourself up on your elbows. Just getting into the low back a little bit. You can even take your heels and kind of windshield wiper your legs and your feet. Pressing down through your whole middle. This is good for digestion, just kind of pushing in it. All right, and then come down onto your whole front and bring your hands to a V, diagonal, about 18 inches from your shoulders, so kind of forward, and then on your fingertips. And then you'll press down through your fingertips to lift up to the middle. That's your inhale. And then exhale one ear down toward the floor. And just very slowly like that. Inhale to the middle. Exhale down the other ear. A few more times. Middle and down. Let's do one more. And then hands go underneath the shoulders and just press yourself up and then back to child's pose. For this child's pose, knees are wide, big toes touch, and then sit back toward your heels, arms go forward, forehead toward the mat. Let your whole body fill up with your breath. And then allow your chest to reach down toward the floor more, stretching your arms and shoulders and your chest in this child's pose. One more full breath here, really fill up your body. Let all the breath out. When you think you've squeezed all your exhale out, squeeze a little more so your body can take a bigger breath back in. And then we'll come back up to hands and knees. Take your time. From here, take your right leg back again. This time, lift it up a little higher and bend it. Lift your knee up. You should maybe even feel this in your, the strength in your buttocks, kind of squeeze it up, hold. You can come down at any time or just hold it 3, 2, 1, and lower, and then we'll switch. Lift up, squeeze, 3, 2, 1, and lower. One more time each side. First time is always practice for me. Like, what am I doing again? 3, 2, 1, squeeze, and switch sides. 3, 2, 1, and lower. Shake your hips right and left again, and then we'll do thread the needle. So right arm is going up toward the ceiling, look up, take a big breath in, stretch your arms away from each other, really open your chest here, and then exhale, right arm goes down and rest on the side of your head, and the side of your shoulder. And just breathe there for a moment. The top arm can go straight ahead on the mat, or you could take it as a little kickstand to help thread you through more. Or you can take it back up around your body and reach for the right side of your pants. Keep your breath nice and even so your body can release any tension out of it instead of fighting that effort. Hold one more breath. And then on your next inhale, come on up, back to hands and knees. Just feel the difference on that side. I can always feel a little bit more freedom on the side I just did. And we'll switch that left arm up, look up, feel that nice little twist, open your chest, arms away from each other. Exhale, slide your left arm behind your right and come on down. Again, top arm can go straight ahead, bent for a little kickstand, or all the way around to the left side of your pants now to bind. In this position, make sure you're not wasting any energy. Let your jaw release, let your eyes soften, and just allow this opening to happen in the neck, in the back, wherever else you feel it. One more breath, and then release. Come on back up to hands and knees. Good work. Back to your belly. On your belly this time, lift up, prop yourself up onto your left arm and bend your right arm, and bend your left leg and reach back for your left foot for a nice little stretch. If you can't quite reach, you can go onto your side like this. Otherwise, just hold and squeeze your legs toward each other. They don't have to touch. It's just I want to keep the muscular energy hugging toward each other. And then once you have your ankle or your foot, push your foot away like you're trying to straighten your leg, but then pull back against that. You can release at any time or hold it for 3 more counts. 3, 2, 1, and lower. Switch sides. Maybe you feel this in your shoulder too. I can feel my chest and my shoulder stretching. Just notice whatever you feel. Keeping your attention on your body. Squeezing your legs toward each other. Press your foot away, but also pull back at the same rate. Hold. 3, 2, 1, and release. Push back to child's pose again. This time, if you want to switch it up, you can bring your knees together, sit back on toward your heels, and then I like to clasp or make fists and then stack them and place my forehead onto my fists. You could also put your forehead on a block. Again, feel your whole body fill up. And then up to hands and knees. Nice job. Cat-cow. Drop your belly down, look up, widen your collarbones apart, widen your sits bones apart. Exhale, round. Tuck your tail, tuck your chin. You can go back and forth like that a few times. Inhale, lift. Exhale, round. Inhale, lower your belly, face forward, collarbones open. Shoulders are wide and buns and sits bones are wide. Think about lifting and widening, not just lifting straight up. It's more of a broadening of everything as well. Couple more times. And then we'll come to neutral spine. Walk, keep your feet the same way, or feet, knees, and hips the same way. Knees and hips line up with each other. And then come down onto your elbows. Yes, perfect. And then we'll just take this easy. stretching one arm out at a time. So right arm will stretch forward. And then if you can manage this with your shoulders, left arm goes straight, and then your chest and forehead reach down toward the floor. If that's too much, just bend your arms again. Anahata Asana, so this is like heart pose, heart chakra pose. You really feel your heart reaching toward the floor. And then come on back up to hands and knees carefully, one arm at a time. Good work. Come up onto your knees now. If you need extra cushion, you could fold your mat. So you have a little cushion there. If you have a blanket, you could put it under, or even some people have like knee pads they use. But I just fold my mat up a little bit. You can fold it a few times if you want to. And make sure you're comfortable. So what about the top of the kneecap, not on the kneecap? All right, from here, tuck your toes under behind you. This is just going to give you a little bit more stability. Yeah. And then take both arms up and around, and then hold your low back, like so. Yeah. And then chest goes up, shoulders back. Just a nice chest opener. Inhale, chest up. Exhale, shoulders around and down. One more time. Inhale, chest up. Exhale, shoulders around and down. Good. Keep the bind of your arms like this. Squeeze your elbows together. They're not going to touch probably, but mine are so tight always. I'm like, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. With the arms like this, look down. And then look straight forward. Turtle your head in a little bit so your chin tucks in, straight back. Then look up. And then forward again, and then look right. Squeeze your elbows. And then look forward, and then left. And then forward again. Lean your right ear toward your right shoulder. And then opposite. Lean your left ear toward left shoulder. And then straight back forward. Nice work. Child's pose. Just come on down for 1 second for a counter pose. And then right back up. Inhale it back up. Tuck your toes under again. This time we'll do half camel. So right arm's going to go up. Swoop it all the way around. See if you could reach for your right heel. Or if you have a block, you could hold a block too. And then left arm goes up. Keep your neck neutral. Don't look back or anything. Just press your pelvis forward. Press your chest forward. Yes. Good. Take a breath in to push forward again. And we'll switch sides. So we just gently circle the arm that's reaching back. Find your heel, and then right arm up, push forward, chest forward, neck is neutral. Inhale, lift up again, exhale, child's pose. And then come up onto hands and knees, and then swing your legs around, legs in front of you. This is also where the block might come in handy, so we'll just have it next to us if we need it. It helps just to lift up the pelvis, so then all the leg stretches that we're going to do, there's more space for it. So the first thing we'll do is staff pose or dandasana. Your legs can be bent as much as they need to be. I like to kind of pull the flesh out of the way. You can even take your thigh and roll it to the outside of the mat, like this. Just helps you to sit up on your sits bones better. If once you get to this position you feel super rounded, which you look good right now, but if you are, you can sit up on a block. The knees are soft, and then stretch your arms up. Big breath in, and then just reach forward. You might not go far, you don't have to go very far at all. Just notice the stretch. If it's too much, you could bend one leg up and just do one leg at a time. But if it's okay, then just keep your neck neutral and then just let your back stretch. Think about your belly and your chest reaching for your thighs. Good. Every breath in, stretch taller. Every breath out, stay tall and long through your spine, but gently bring your chest closer toward your thighs. And then lift up. And we're gonna go backwards. So kind of like a seated fish pose. So you'll take your hands back behind you. Push your chest forward and shoulders back. Chest forward, shoulders back. And for this one, if you want to, if you turtle your head a little bit, just tuck it in, you could look all back. To come out of this, press your chest forward first, and then your head, if your head is up. All right, good. Bring one leg in. So I'll start with my left, bring it in. Again, situate your right sits bones a little better, and if it helps you, you can sit up on the block. There's one that I definitely have to sit up on the block for, but this one's okay without it. So we'll sit up nice and tall. Stretch your arms up again. This helps to stretch your ribs. Feel your ribs stretch longer, and then lean forward. Keep breathing here. And you don't have to go far. You're just keeping your breath even so your body knows it's okay to stretch this way. And keep your collarbones open, keep your shoulders wide as you bring your abdomen and your chest toward your thigh. Keep squeezing your legs toward each other so you keep your muscles active, hugging your muscles to the bone, but also stretching at the same time. And we'll switch sides. And just switch your legs out. Get up on your sits bones. Squeeze your legs toward each other, and your bent leg, you're kind of pressing it down toward the floor also. Lift up, make your ribs stretch, and then fold. Keep breathing, nice even breaths. And then lift on up. Let both legs come together for a seated butterfly. You can hold on to your ankles, look up, lean back. Even you can put your head back if it feels okay, and then round forward. So let your body kind of hang back, tuck your chin, tuck under. All right, straighten your legs out again, please. Lift your right leg up, knee pointing up, just like that. This is one of them that if you want to sit on the block, sometimes it makes it easier. I might do it. And then you bring your knee kind of across a little bit, just kind of pulling in. Bring both arms onto the inside of this leg and reach for the other foot, like this. So you can try it with the block if you want to and just see if you like it better. I think I'm going to use the block. So your leg is up. It just gives you some more space when you lift up. And then arms go in and start to go inward like this. Maybe reach better. And your only job is to keep this leg hugging in. Hugging in. It makes that hip work hard. And then settle yourself wherever you land and just hold a bit. Keep squeezing your bent leg in. Hold it one more breath. And then let go. Shake it out a little and switch legs. So sitting up nice and tall, and keep your low belly engaged also, just to help keep you tall. And then this leg, it's gonna wanna fall out, but don't let it. Keep squeezing it in. And then both arms inside that leg, reaching. This stretches your middle back. Eventually, believe it or not, some people's chests and bellies will be flat onto their thigh. I have a ways to go before that happens. But the idea is to stretch up the whole middle back, not just the strengthening that we're getting in the legs, but we're stretching the middle back. All right, and then lift up. Woo, good job. You can take the block out. And then the next one will be a no cheat hamstring stretch. That's what one of my teachers used to call it. You take your ankle, cross it over the top of your thigh. Like that. Does that feel okay? And again, if you want to get up on a block, you can. Just make sure there's no pain in your knee or your ankle. There might be a little pressure on your thigh, but that's okay. That's kind of a good thing to do. Stretch up again, tall, and then lean forward toward the front leg. Yes, good. Keep the foot flexed, ankle straight so your knee is supported. Woo. Hold it. 3, 2, 1, and lift up. Oh, and then just shake that one out. I always feel like we're kind of twisting ourselves into pretzels with these.
I was just gonna say.
Yeah, pretzels. And then switch sides. We don't have to hold it too long. Just sit up nice and tall. Big breath in. And then, you might not go far. And this bottom leg, if you need to hold on to it or like pull it up or use it to hold on to, do it. 3, 2, 1, let it go. Shake it out a bit. All right, back up on the block. The next one, you're gonna take one, like a half hero pose. So you're gonna take one leg back behind you. And you might start out kind of in a V shape, but then you're trying to get yourself straight ahead, but yeah, looks good. All right, so from here, tall, exhale, lean. This bottom knee, bend it as much as you need to, it's okay. You're thinking about taking your belly and your chest toward your thigh. Keeping your neck neutral, stretching out that whole middle back. Check in with your neck, make sure you're not holding tension there. Inhale, lift up. Carefully switch sides, leaning over toward the side that's straight, releasing the bent leg, and switching it out. All right, once you get up there, stretch up, inhale. Stretch your ribs, exhale, lean forward. Keep your ribs lifted, keep your chest lifted as you're reaching toward your thigh. Keep squeezing your legs together for some integrity and boundary of the pose. 3, 2, 1, inhale, lift up. Woo. And release. We're gonna go onto our backs now. Keep that block handy. Once you get down on your back, lift your hips up off the floor and your arms up off the floor to the floor behind you. Press down through the back of your head gently, and then we'll just move through a few flowing bridges. Lifting up, lowering down. Arms go up, hips go up. Arms go down, hips go down. Follow your breath. And then rest your hands down and hips down. Bring both knees in toward your chest. Hold your kneecaps, rock side to side. Maybe do some circling. And then keep your right leg in, but let your left leg stretch long onto the floor. And right leg, hug it in toward your chest. And now take your right leg out to the side to a diagonal, like for a happy baby. So you can let go of your knee and then reach up for your foot if you can. Otherwise, just hold your knee. So this is a half happy baby. The supportive leg stays nice and strong. You could even take your hand to your left leg, pelvis, wherever you can reach there. So with the half happy baby, we're going to turn it into a twist. So if you have your foot, take it back to the knee and then cross your bent leg over your body. Switch hands, so now your left hand is on your right knee, right arm is out to the side, palm up. Keep your knee in toward your chest as you bring it back to center. Give it a nice hug in toward your body again, and then let it go. And we'll switch sides. You might want to even out your low back a little bit, just rock back and forth if that feels good, and then switch left leg in toward your chest. And then take your left knee out to the side. Half happy baby. You can hold your foot if you can reach it, otherwise just hold your knee out to the side. That's totally great. The other leg is nice and strong and supportive, pressing down into the mat. Find your breath again. Let it fill up all the way around your torso, your back, your sides, your front. And then we'll switch sides. Not switch sides. Make it into a twist. Take your right hand to your knee now and then gently guide it across your body, left arm out to the side, palms up. And then bring your knee in back toward your chest, give it a nice hug. Straighten your left leg out, full body stretch, arms up overhead, legs straight, really reach through your fingertips, reach through your toes and the balls of your feet. And then a full happy baby. So now bring knees in, reach up for your feet, or you can just hold your knees out to the sides. And push your legs up into your hands and pull down at the same time. Also lengthen your tailbone toward the floor. So it's not going to touch, but you're always trying to make your spine strong and longer. If it feels good to you in the happy baby, you could stretch one leg out straighter and then the other leg out straighter. And just maybe even rocking side to side a little bit. And then release your legs down toward the floor. Find that block again. And lift your hips up off the floor. Bring the block underneath of your hips. And lift your legs up toward the ceiling. So if you find the right spot, you kind of just, your legs just magically float up toward the ceiling. This is a good inversion. Taking a rest for your heart, bringing all of the lymph draining down your feet, all the way down your legs. Just giving you a nice little rest and immunity boost. It's like legs up the wall without having to have a wall. Find your breath again. Fill up all the way around your ribs. Low belly, low back. Let it all out. And then very slowly bring your legs back down to the floor. And now just hold in this supported bridge pose. So your feet are on the floor, your hips are on the block, palms can face down. Just gently rest here for a couple of breaths. Feel how this helps to keep the chest open, helps to get your shoulders in line for good posture. And you can feel that little spot at the upper back that wants to round, pressing down. Again, check in with your body. No wasted energy. Let your neck feel soft. Jaw release. One more breath here. And then press down through your heels to lift up your hips. Take the block away. Bring both knees in toward your chest. We'll do a nice little twist here with both legs bent. Keeping your feet nice and active. Take both bent legs over to the right. Arms can go out to the sides, palms up. If it feels okay to your neck, you can turn your head the opposite direction of your knees. Otherwise, just look straight up. One more breath here. And then gently keep your knees in toward your chest as you bring your knees back up. And bring your feet to the floor before we do the other side. And lift up your pelvis. And then set it back down and even it out a bit. And then we'll switch sides. Knees in, over to the left. Arms out. If it feels okay, look opposite direction of your knees. Palms up helps to open the shoulders more. Hold and breathe, allowing your breath to stay nice and even. Nice full deep breaths in helps your body to open up. To release, very gently bring your knees in toward your chest again. Set your feet down. Readjust your low back. And then bring your knees up for some hip circles. So we'll hold on to the knees, one hand to each knee, and make independent circles. So bring your knees toward your chest, out to the sides, and around. So your knees are going away from each other. Just feel that nice hip circle that you're making. And then reverse the direction of the circles. And now reverse pigeon, otherwise known as figure four. So right ankle crosses over your left thigh. Keep your foot nice and active so your ankle stays straight. And maybe this is enough for you. Maybe you're just gently guiding your knee open out to the side. Or if you need more, you can lift your foot up off of the floor. You can even lift your chest up, reaching for the back of your thigh. And once you get that, if you can rest your head back down, that's great. Otherwise, if you need to lift up for more of a stretch, you can. Otherwise, just let your neck be neutral. Keep your ankle straight to protect your knee. One more breath here. And release that side. And switch it out. Left ankle over right knee. Bring both legs up. Hold the back of your thigh. And just allow the opening to happen by keeping your breath calm, inhaling and exhaling equally. One more breath here. And release that side. Take your feet wide to the edges, outside edges of your mat, and then windshield wiper your knee in toward your opposite ankle, and then switch sides. Just back and forth like that. And if it feels okay, and you want to open your knees out to both sides, you can do that too. Different variations of windshield wiper. So whatever feels good to you. For me, to get my hip flexors better, I like to point one knee up and let the other one drop toward the ankle. Just listen to your body and see what it needs right now. Alright, and then bring both knees back upright. One last posture just to clear the back in case we, with some of those little back bends, if we kind of over efforted a little bit. So left leg will go straight onto the floor. Hold the back of the right thigh, the back of the knee, and the top leg stays bent and hip height. So your hip and your knee are lined up. So straighten your arms, and then it should be in the exact right position. And then push your thigh into your hands and pull back against that. It kind of pulls your femur bone into your hip socket. You might start to shake, and that's great. That means you're doing it right. 3, 2, 1. Let that leg go and switch sides. Left leg in, hold the back of the thigh, press your thigh into your hands, pull your hands into your thigh. Arms are straight so your leg is in line with your hip. Your knee is in line with your hip. Push and pull. Maybe you start shaking a little bit, that's good. Hold it, 3, 2, 1, and then let that go. Both knees into the chest, give yourself a big hug. Lift your arms up, wrap your arms around yourself, lift your head and chest up. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Thank yourself for doing yoga today. And then let your body rest down into Shavasana. Legs flop out to the sides, palms up if that feels okay to you. And then just let your body breathe. On every inhale, think about counting to 4, pausing at the top of the inhale, and then exhaling 4, pausing at the bottom of the exhale before you take the next breath in. It allows you to take a bigger breath in. Just breathing nice and gently. Let your eyes soften. Let your jaw release. Every exhale, let your body feel a little bit heavier.